Hello there! My name is Donovan Cisco, and this is my vlog. So, I know that this is like the second video in a 48-hour span or something like that, but I just wanted to share something with you all, just because I wanted to. So, here we go. So, this is my coming out story. If most of you didn't know, I am gay. Yes, I'm gay. So, with that, we all have our something that's unique to people like us. We have a coming out story, if you will. And if you don't know what that is, coming out story is basically the biggest moment in your life when you came out as gay or something else that's not the social norm as far as sexuality goes. So, let's rewind all the way back. So, as a little kid, I was always kind of really sensitive. I really, I don't even know how to say it. I was just a really sensitive kid. I was really soft. I wasn't really, shy or anything, but I was always like outgoing. And I really connected with my mom a lot. And I'm not saying that I agree with some of these studies that they say, oh, if you don't have a father figure in your life, then you will turn out as gay. I don't believe that at all, because I know a lot of people who grew up with a dominant father figure in their life and still turned out gay as Christmas. So, now that I've gotten that out of the way, I remember kind of realizing that, I was a little bit different. Somewhere around like the 4th grade or something, looking back on it as an adult, I made the realization when I was a teenager that I would always gravitate towards like the popular cute guys. And those were the guys that were like, all the girls wanted them and they were playing sports and stuff, and I'm not the sporty type. So it kind of just registered to me that I was just gravitating towards them because I thought they were attractive, but I didn't know what to call it. So, flash forward to about 7th grade. I remember I had this science teacher, and she was very type A gender stereotype role. You have to be a man, you can't cry, blah, blah, blah. So I remember the entire year we had it out for each other. She just plain old didn't like me. She kind of, I guess, outed me without outing me by always publicly humiliating me in front of the entire class, saying that I was soft and that I acted just like a girl just because I was sensitive, and some things hurt my feelings and crap like that. And then I remember we got this transfer student. She transferred in from another school. And they clicked really well, and so they kind of ganged up on me a little bit. And one day, I remember it got so bad to the point where I was like, I can't take this anymore. I can't take going to school and facing everybody. And, I was like definitely in the closet. This was like kind of around the time where I was trying to figure myself out. And I was like this little hood rat, or attempted to be hood rat, sagging my pants, talking all guttural English and crap like that. So anyway, I remember I felt like I couldn't take it anymore. And so it kind of led to me becoming a little suicidal. Oh, well, not a little, I was a lot suicidal. Let's call a thing a thing. It got to the point where I was like, I don't want to go to school, I don't want to face these people, so it'd be better if I just was dead. So, I remember being in the psychiatric ward. Wow, that's a big word. I remember being in the psychiatric ward and just being around all these other people who had similar stories to me, and I remember that they had one gay kid in the whole place, and I guess he was openly gay, and like they put him off like to the side and let him have his own room and let him be by himself. And like I kind of looked at that and I was like, oh, so is this how I'm supposed to be treated? Like I never want to come out now. So after all of that happened, I got out of the psychiatric hospital. I'm not crazy, I swear. It kind of changed me a little bit, and it made me more confident in myself. I wasn't ready to come out by any stretch of the imagination, but I was just more confident in who I was. And sometimes, yeah, I can be a little bit sensitive, but I will still kick your ass. Freshman year of high school rolls around. I am crapping my pants, but it's like I felt like, I'm gonna get a whole new shot at this, at reinventing myself. So I came out to my best friend. Her name is Jasmine. I came out to my best friend and she was like, dude, I already knew, like it's totally obvious. And I was like, I've been trying this hard to hide the fact that I'm gay, and you mean to tell me it's obvious to people? But it was obvious to her because, you know, she's my best friend. Months roll around and I finally get to my sophomore year. By this time, I had only kissed one guy at the time. So sophomore year rolls around, and I started dating this guy. And I'm not gonna go into all the detail because he may be watching this, and I don't want him to feel ostracized. But I started dating this guy, and he wasn't really too sure or too comfortable with who he was, really. And by that time, I was left and right, just going, like, I wouldn't parade around the fact that I was gay, but I remember I always had this motto that if someone asked me, I would tell them. And where I'm from in my high school, there were probably like 4 to 5 gay guys. There were a bunch of lesbians in my high school, but there were only 4 to 5 gay guys. And I was one of them, so if you were a gay male, word travels fast. So people would always ask me. So we started dating, and the feeling of like finally being one step closer to just being a really fully realized, you know, human being, I was like, okay, I'm ready to come out. Hold, pause for a cause. Didn't go as delicate as I wanted it to go. I remember I was in my mom's room, and we were sitting down and we were watching some show, and some subject of gay people came up, and she asked me, are you gay? And I was laying down on the floor, and I was like, yes, I am. And I was like, okay, it's out there. Now what? At first, my mom kind of just blew it off a little bit. She didn't really understand it. I don't know. My mom's a very religious person, as am I. I do, like, I'm a Christian. But my mom was, or is very, you know, by the book on the Bible. And I understand that because that's how we were raised. And so I noticed that within those like 2 weeks of me telling her that I was gay, our relationship just changed. I like to deem myself as my mom's favorite because we just have so much in common that we were pretty much like twins. But all that kind of changed when I came out to her. So 2 weeks later, I went to church and I was like, I have been delivered. Praise Jesus, hallelujah.
I'm not gay no more. I am delivered.
So we all know that that was a big fat lie, and I feel really bad about lying, but at that time, it just wasn't the right time for me to come out. I was still, really dependent on my mom, and just the fact that my dad wasn't really, in my life that much. Like, my mom was all I had. So having an estranged relationship with my mom was just not an ideal thing. So I break up with the first guy, or rather he broke up with me because he wasn't sure of who he was. And then I started dating another guy, and we dated from the end of my sophomore year to the around Christmas time of my junior year. I thought I was the luckiest guy in the world because this guy was, hands down, to me, he was like one of the hottest guys I had ever seen. And I was like, he's interested in me? But of course, with every good thing, there's also a bad thing. He was a closet case. If you don't know what that is, a closet case is a gay male who has not accepted himself, and he only wants to kind of be just on the down low, which, for privacy reasons, I understand that. But I was kinda the school gay, and if you knew me or hung around with me, or if you were a guy, and our social circles did not mix at all. So people put two and two together, and they were like, oh, they're dating. But he graduated, and he went off to college, and that did not last very long. But in that, however many months that was that we dated, let me tell you, this was the wrong guy for me. I was such a little shithead when I was dating him, because I was like, I'm 16, going on 17, I don't need to listen to anybody, I'm going to date him and do whatever I want. And I remember my mom telling me, hey, I know something's going on, I just want you to be honest. And at that point, I was just like, okay, we're dating. She completely despised him. It really put a strain on our relationship because she would never let me go see him, and he was never allowed within 10 feet of the premises of my house. So, long distance really didn't work out so well. So then we break up. So, I graduate my senior year of high school. I finished it completely single. I'm so pretty. I don't know how that happened. But I was single, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go to college. This is it. This is my time to shine. All of my friends know that I'm gay, and by that time I had come out to my older brother, who was just like, dude, I don't care if you're gay. And to this day, like, my older brother is my best friend, and we make gay jokes all the time. I know it's not politically correct to be making gay jokes, but it's just so funny, and I love that I have that dynamic with him. So if you got it, flaunt it. So my freshman year of college rolls around. I'm happy. Of course, there are no guys that are interested in me. I know, right? Shocker. Spring semester of my freshman year of college, I meet this guy, and he is a little ways away. I was already thinking about transferring to the school that this guy was at. So I was like, all right, added bonus. I get to move into this whole new city and have a whole new life with my new boyfriend. So it's about 2 weeks out from me moving, and my mom comes up to me and she's like, can I talk to you for a second? Keep in mind, the last guy that I dated in high school, the one, the one that didn't work out, the long distance one, after we broke up, I was like, you know what, Mom, not gay, gonna marry a girl, gonna have kids, alright? It's gonna be great. My mom comes up to me and she's like, hey, let's talk. I'm like, alright, let's talk. And she goes, I know that insert person's name here is your little boy toy. And like, that kind of hurt me a little bit. And I was like, boyfriend, Mom. He's my boyfriend. And with that right there, the third and final time I came out to my mom. She cried, I cried, we both cried. She was really uncomfortable with it for a long time. But the redeeming quality of it is, she came around. I remember this one guy in particular. I went on a date with him, and I was really, really excited. And she sent me a text message, and she said, "Don't let them devalue how much you're worth. You know how much you're worth. If he doesn't want to date you, then that's on him, and he's missing out on something special." That freaking blew my mind. And the fact that my mom had come so far from having a strange relationship to me to being actively interested in my love life, it's so great, and I really appreciated it. Why am I telling you my coming out story? So many gay young people need that push and that drive and that person that they can look up to have the courage that I had. If you are one of those teens who's thinking about coming out to his parents, my advice to you is, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of what your parents will think of you, because they gave birth to you, and I guarantee you that they'll still love you. Only come out when you're ready. Do not come out unless you are absolutely 100% sure that it's what you want to do. Don't let anybody force you out of the closet, because that crap sucks. Finally, be comfortable with who you are. If you're not comfortable in your own skin, how are you going to expect other people to be comfortable around you? Be true to yourself and set the world on fire. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know that it's rather lengthy, but you know, you can't really put a time frame on, you know, something as important as this. So shout out to my mom. I love her to death. She calls me every freaking day, and we laugh and kiki over the phone, and it's fantastically hilarious. Shout out to all the people who have supported me into me finding myself, and I'm still finding myself. Shout out to all the kids out there who think that they're weird just because society says that being gay is not the norm. You guys rock. Thanks for watching my video, and if you would like to see my last video, click here now. Thank you, I love you, and peace out, Girl Scout.